Oh! That was it.
Yeah, that was Vienna saying hi.
That was the one appearance. Ritual number 5 is...
That was like a game show host.
Ritual number 5.
No, that's too...
No.
Hello, everybody!
Hey, everybody.
Look who I have with me.
I'm back.
Brought the hubby. Doesn't happen very often, but we want to do a video together. What are we talking about today?
So we're going to talk about some of our family health rituals. And these are things that we kind of do together to stay healthy and stay connected.
Yeah, so when I think about like rituals, I think of like things that we do every day. So when we were coming up with this list, like what are like some things that we always do that like maintain the family unit, keep us happy and healthy and feeling our best. First ritual is definitely movement. Now I know we talked about this in our other video, which you can check out here, about cultivating happiness. You know, something we do either as a family or for ourselves individually. Every single day we do something that involves movement. In the colder months, that was like dancing in our living room.
Yep. Shout out to Allison and Twitch.
Yes, on Instagram.
Shake your booty. Shake your booty.
Today I just went for a walk. We live really close to a massive green space in Toronto. So Vienna went on her scooter so that I could power walk. Have you gotten your...
I have not yet today.
Oh.
I have failed at that ritual. We also try and make sure we do it as a family so that Vienna knows that it's just like part of like a daily routine. It's just something that we do on the regular.
And also it's for my sanity. Because if I don't move every day, I just feel so like heavy in my body.
Yeah.
And I just don't feel the same.
She's tough to deal with.
You're the same. You get a little edgy. Even Vienna does. Like we've often said, like she has to have like outdoor fresh air. Kids need to be outside. Like being outside and movement just like wears them out. Otherwise they just like have this like wild energy.
Ritual 1, movement.
Done.
You guys know why it's good for you. Start doing it. Okay, so ritual number 2, it's kind of the opposite of the first one we talked about, and that is...
One you're really good at.
I excel at this, and that is downtime. And downtime as a family, and downtime as just something that's important for everyone's mental wellness.
Yeah, like remember when Vienna stopped napping and we're both like, oh,
When Vienna stopped napping, I stopped napping. And that made me very cranky.
Vienna used to take like 2-hour naps and we were like, this is amazing. And you would often nap and I would just read a book, or I'd listen to a podcast, or I would do something restful. But now that she's not napping, and it's been a couple years now, we still do take time for rest.
Yeah, well, I think, but you know, when we talk about downtime, we're not talking about like necessarily sleeping or necessarily napping.
So true.
It's just like the importance of, you know, taking a break, especially on the weekends if you can, and just making sure quiet time and just like letting everyone do their own thing. Right? We live in a condo, it's a relatively small space, and you know, it's just good to be able to take time for yourself. And also for Vienna, I think it's really good that, you know, we're kind of showing her to be a little more self-reliant sometimes as well, and just like take care of, like deal with it.
Yeah, and you know what? We have lots of friends with kids as well, whether you have 1 kid or 4 kids. I know a lot of families who rely on this for their sanity of having like that quiet time. So, you know, it could be like a child goes into their room and reads a book. That downtime is really, really key to regenerate.
Ritual number 3 is...
nature. We have a dose of nature every single day. Even though we live in a condo, as Walker mentioned, we have like a big balcony and we have tons of plants out there. And so we get out there and we water the plants. But beyond that, we like go beyond our condo. No matter 365 days a year, we get outside because it's really, really important for you to be exposed to daylight. And like for your eyes, to be exposed to that. It's really important for your circadian rhythm, for your body's internal clock. So
especially if you spend so much time in front of a screen or working at a computer or looking at your phone all day. It feels nice on the eyes.
I challenge you guys for 30 days to get 30 minutes of nature. It could be jogging, biking every single day, 30 minutes of nature.
And you know, this had me thinking, because you know, we're looking at our phones and we're in front of screens so often. When you're on your walk, when you're out in nature, when you're doing whatever, sitting in a park, pick something in the distance and try and focus on it with your eyes.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's very hard and tiresome.
Yeah.
Like I try to do it, like I'm looking out at these trees over here right now and I'm focusing and my eyes get tired because they're not used to looking out that far. Make that a ritual.
Yeah,
Look at
you know
things
what?
like beyond 3 feet of you.
If any optometrist is watching this, can you validate what we're talking about
Yeah.
here? People are so used to looking at things up close. It's actually really bad for our eyes if we're always staring at things up close. So look far away.
Well, I think the way it works, when you focus, like the muscles on your eyes, like change the shape of your eyes
Yeah,
slightly,
yeah.
doesn't it? So like your
don't
muscles are
know.
just, your little eye muscles, your little tiny eye muscles are just
We
tired.
are not optometrists
No,
here.
clearly.
And number 4, which is one of my favorites,
Yes, it's something we do a lot here.
every day.
Food is obviously a big part of what we do. It's big part of our everyday life, but so is also eating together.
It is proven in research that when you eat together as a family, children make better choices. You make better choices when you sit down to have a meal. You make more healthier choices, and establishing those habits with your kids when they're young. And when I say young, that can mean like 15 years old. If you're only just starting this, helps to establish those healthy eating patterns into adulthood. And it is so important. Children also, there's really great research on families that eat together that show a reduced risk of depression in kids, reduced risk of anxiety, reduced risk of substance abuse in teenagers. So we always have at least one meal a day where we sit down at the table and
Like phones away, like we
Yeah.
don't have our phones at the table. And for me, I think what I notice is just, so much throughout the day, there's just like a pretty fast pace. Like everything is kind of go, go, go. You're always working on something or trying to finish a project or have to pick up Vienna from somewhere or do something. And then I feel like at dinner time, you get a chance to breathe and just decompress. And even though we don't always have like the most vigorous conversation at dinner, it's just kind of nice to be in each other's presence and just breathe and relax and enjoy a meal.
And a ritual within a ritual that we do at dinner, which is the main meal we have together. Sometimes we have more meals together. On weekends, for sure, we always have brunch together. But Vienna loves to grab the little affirmation cards, the love-powered quote cards, and it's a great conversation starter as well. And we read them together as a family and share our thoughts on that.
All right, and ritual number 5, we have...
Ritual number 5 is story time.
I love a good story.
Yeah, this isn't me reading to Walker.
No.
Since Vienna was born, we read 3 books.
Yeah.
No less, no more. 3 books to Vienna. As she has her bedtime snack. Walker does 2 nights, I do 2 nights. We go back and forth, 2 nights, 2 nights, 2 nights. But the story time is definitely a ritual. I also kind of look forward to when you do it, and I
was
can
gonna say, this is like a 2-in-1 ritual.
It really is.
One part of it where one person is reading the stories, and that's great because you get to connect and cuddle and, wind down the evening. And then the other person just gets 20 minutes of their own time to do whatever they want. So 2 for 1.
Yeah, sometimes I'm really I just you're so tired from the day, and then thinking about the whole bedtime routine, I'm like, oh, Walker's got this tonight. I'm just gonna flop on the couch.
Yeah, I feel like kind of a terrible human being happy that I don't have to read stories sometimes. But it's kind of nice once in a while.
Yeah.
Every 2 nights.
And the last family ritual we have, that we've had this ritual before we even had Vienna for ourselves.
It's usually Joy forcing this ritual on me or encouraging it upon me, which is great because otherwise I probably wouldn't do it. And that is taking supplements. Biohacking. Is that biohacking?
Yeah, totally.
Biohacking.
I think so. Because it's like a simple health hack, almost like your insurance policy, but doesn't replace eating well, is taking our supplements. So Walker takes stuff, I take stuff, and we give supplements to Vienna like probiotics, fish oil, and obviously now that back to school is just around the corner, or for some of you, your kids are already back in school, making sure that their immune system is in tip-top shape, super important. So there's things that we do for that too.
So there you guys have it.
Our rituals.
And you know what? They're not groundbreaking.
No.
We're not reinventing the wheel here, but they're just nice reminders sometimes. And I think something that we have to remind ourselves of. They're good, but when you kind of combine them all together, they have an exponential effect on how good you feel. So.
And the family unit.
And the family unit. F you.
Good vibes all around.
Always. And by the way, guys, if you want more information on how to raise a healthy kid, because who doesn't, we just finished putting together a pretty incredible 5-part mini-series, Raising Healthy Kids from Toddler to Teen.
Yeah, so it's a super comprehensive video-based program, and each day over the course of 5 days, you receive a video from us of me educating you on topics like brain health and resilience, immune health, digestive wellness, sleep, and movement.
And you know what the best part is? It is all free. So check out the link in the description for all the information and to sign up and enjoy.
Yeah. So if you guys like this video, give us a thumbs up.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us below what your family rituals are. We'd
Yes.
love to hear them because it'll give us some inspiration as well. Hit the little bell so that you get notifications when we have new videos. And what else? Subscribe!
Subscribe!
Subscribe to our channel for more joyous content. Bye guys!